Hello, students, and now we will proceed in the second unit of the subject legal education and research methodology. And in this subject, earlier we have seen two different methods of teaching, that is, lecture method of teaching in legal education and problem method of teaching in legal education. Now, today we will see the discussion method of teaching in legal education. So, what are the various objectives of discussion method in teaching in legal education? So, they are to enable the student to understand the meaning of discussion method, to enable student to understand the importance of discussion method, and to enable the student to understand merits and demerits of discussion method. So this lecture particularly will focus on meaning, importance and merits and demerits of the discussion method. Now when we are going to learn about what is discussion method at postgraduate level, we must know what is the discussion method and how it is covered by the teacher as well as student. Discussion method is one type of practical method of teaching, and students are taking more active part in such method rather than teacher, because discussion will be interaction by students themselves. ડિસ્કશનનો મિનિંગ જ થાય છે કે ચર્ચા કરવી, એટલે સ્ટુડન્ટ વારે ચર્ચા કરીને કોઈ ટૉપિક જ્યારે ભણવામાં આવે છે એ સેલ્ફ સ્ટડી તરીકે એક ટૉપિકને રિસર્ચ કરીને એના પર વ્યવસ્થિત તૈયારી કરીને ડિસ્કશન કરે, પોતપોતાના આઈડિયાઝ એન્ડ ઇન્ફોર્મેશન બીજા સ્ટુડન્ટ સાથે શેર કરે, એના પર પોતાનું મંતવ્ય વ્યક્ત કરે છે, એને આપણે ડિસ્કશન મેથડ કહીએ છીએ. હવે ડિસ્કશન મેથડ એટ પોસ્ટ ગ્રેજ્યુએટ લેવલ જ્યારે આપણે વિચાર કરતા હોય ત્યારે એવા અમુક ટૉપિક્સ હોય કે જે તમને બુકમાં નથી મળતા, એ ટૉપિક્સ તમારે એકબીજા જોડે ડિસ્કસ કરવું પડે, જનરલ નોલેજ પણ એમાં ઉમેરવું પડે, જ્યુડિશિયલ નોલેજ, જે જ્યુડિશિયલ પ્રોસેસ આપણે કહીએ છીએ, એટલે કે અત્યારે જ્યુડિશિયરી કયા કેસ પર કેવી રીતે વિચાર કરી રહી છે, લેટેસ્ટ જજમેન્ટ કયો આવ્યો છે, એ બધું આવરીને જે ડિસ્કશન થાય એનાથી સ્ટુડન્ટ્સનું નોલેજ એન્હાન્સ થાય, એ વધે અને સ્ટુડન્ટ એકબીજા જોડે આવા ટૉપિક્સ પર ચર્ચા કરીને વધારાનું નોલેજ મેળવે છે. તો ડિસ્કશન મેથડમાં પર્ટિક્યુલરલી કોઈ ટૉપિક ઓરિએન્ટેડ અથવા સ્ટ્રક્ચર્ડ ડિસ્કશનનું પણ એટલું જ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ છે. It is the object of the teacher to teach, rather makes the student learn on his own, and the young minds cannot always be dumped with lectures. Youth at postgraduate level are quite mature enough to understand and analyze, so they not know only to communicate but they also speak their mind. Hence a prudent teacher can make them talk and inspire them to learn on their own. The most acceptable mode of teaching learning is discussion. So discussion is open and oral exchange of ideas between group members of teacher and students. For more discussion, the student should have prior knowledge and information about the topic to be discussed. So it is different from classroom teaching, and here the teacher gives prior knowledge about the topic to be discussed. So every student gives his or her opinion, and this model develops creativity among the students. So learning is more effective if the students don't have to rely on note learning ideas and experiences from the group. It allows everyone to participate in an active process. It is human nature that all students in a group do not think on the same line. Hence, a situation comes in which there is a difference of opinion. There is most suitable for discussion method of teaching. Students, through their different opinions, exchange the knowledge. So this is why discussion method is more important. So what is the concept of discussion method? A discussion method ક્યાંથી આવી? તો the law teachers can use considerable learning techniques in law classes along with the lectures along with the lectures and to problem solving method for to encourage the skills of legal investigation, synthesis, analysis, appraisal, etc. So, for example, if someone want to discuss on a particular matter, he must have some idea, some basic idea. For example, if you remember that on the day of annual day, we have taken discussion on NRC, National Registration, and the that citizenship act. So there comes many ambiguities between the students and the other students who were having more knowledge on that. They clarified it. So our HOD also clarified about the policy of NRC and what is the Citizenship Amendment Act. So in this way, the faculty members also discussed on various provisions of that act. So in this way, an healthy discussion has been held on a particular legal topic, where the students, the faculties, the other members, they all expressed their own opinions and discussed on a particular matter. Also they expressed their knowledge and they received some better knowledge. So this is what healthy discussion in a particular group. Here the discussion was not directed, it was unstructured, but it was controlled discussion on a particular topic. So this is also one method of discussion, how a teacher can guide the students for a particular discussion. Now, discussion method operates in three stages. There may be three different stages. It is not particularly the classification, but we can consider about such stages when we are particularly applying the discussion method in the postgraduate level. So the teacher gives a problem and acts as a facilitator. Here the teacher may give a particular topic to the student. આ જે મેથડ છે ફર્સ્ટ સ્ટેજ આપણે કહીએ કે એમાં ટીચર બધા સ્ટુડન્ટને એક પર્ટિક્યુલર પ્રોબ્લેમ આપે છે અને એમાં ટીચર પોતે એક ફેસિલિટેટર તરીકે, એટલે જ્યાં કોઈને એક્ટ બદલ ખબર નથી અથવા કોઈ પ્રોવિઝન માટે કન્ફ્યુઝન છે તો ટીચર એને સમજાવે છે. The student second stage ma student try to find out a solution or they do the research. Here research means they may share their own knowledge, they can recall their original knowledge for that particular law and they discuss about it. And the third stage is student learn on his own with the help of the problem, because they are sharing their ideas in the group, and in this way they can know more and more about the same problem. So this is what the stages of a discussion method that operates while doing one particular discussion on a given topic by the teacher. Now there are some methods or types of the discussion method. So one can be said as debate. Debate is not a discussion. It is arguments for and against of a particular side of a particular topic. But debate is also formal discussion of an issue in a classroom, though there may be two different sides expressed by different students. ડિબેટ જેને આપણે વાદ વિવાદ કહીએ છીએ, એ પણ એક પ્રકારનું ચર્ચા પ્રકરણ જ છે. એટલે ડિસ્કશન કરીને સ્ટુડન્ટ એકબીજાના નોલેજ અને એકબીજાના મંતવ્ય જાણી શકે છે. At a public meeting or in a state of national assembly or where the speakers express opposing views, you can see that debate is very successful. Even at news channel you can see that the anchor calls on various leaders from different parties and they try to make the discussion on a particular topic. Sometimes it is not much healthy discussion, but you can see that by discussion they can express their own views. So, in a method of debate, the teacher gives an issue to debate on, and he or she, means teacher, acts as a facilitator. Then students try to find appropriate points, and they do the research and come ready with the notes or preparation, and then they make their own expression on a particular topic. And in this way they prepare the understanding quickly, they also understand quickly and making reply promptly. So students are given a time limitation, and therefore they can learn on that particular topic in a limited time. So this is an activity also, and it can be a particular method for the discussion. Then we can also make a structured discussion in the small group, where the teacher will give an issue on the legal subject, and students will make a discussion on that particular case law. We can say that case law वगैरह. And in this way they can make the discussion. Then another one, the technique, that we can say what are different techniques of the discussion. Here the technique is, teacher may give topic, or sometime the teacher can ask questions, and students may reply, and in this way he can make a controversial argument on that particular topic, so students can express their own views. The another method is that students, formal and informal discussion, where students may make two different groups, and one group will ask questions to the other group of the students, and those students will answer the question of first group, and in this way they can find out the solution for a particular problem. So in this way the formal and informal discussion can be carried out. The kinds of discussion method, there is also one pattern, where active participation of the teacher, or passive participation of the teacher. So in the active participation discussion mode, teacher will play the main leading part, and he will give the topic. He will then lead the students to a particular direction, and then he will ask some questions. At the same time he may take a particular argument to discuss on that particular part. So or he may ask a particular group from the students to discuss on a particular part, and then another part will be given to other. So in this way the teacher will lead the students to discuss systematically on different part of the particular topic. In the passive discussion method, where teacher will not play any role, but the students will act totally, where a teacher will be having only leadership to give a particular topic, or to give the direction to the students group, and student themselves will find out the solution for a particular problem in discussion method. So this is what the different methods, formal, informal, then active role or passive role of the students or teacher, and how the discussion will be conducted. Okay, now we will see the use of discussion method. What are the different techniques to be adopted in a discussion method? So first of all, the teacher may spend some enough time in preparing the process and step of discussion. So he will prepare the students, and also give instruction to the students, then inform the students about the topic in advance, so they can make some pre-study for that particular discussion. And then he must provide some good topic. It should not be complicated where the material is not available, and then he can ask them to be ready with that topic, the basic idea, the basic knowledge particularly. Then different attribute of the topic and its limitation should also be decided, because the discussion may uh, become endless and it will go and go argumenting by the students, and then there will be no evaluation of such topic if limitations are not already considered. Then students should know the time limit to reach a conclusion. That means if the students are given the topic for half an hour, Then after half an hour they must reach to a conclusion within 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and they can give a complete concrete idea to the students after the healthy discussion. So that will be useful for making enhancement in the decision making skill of students. Then arrangement of the students should be done in such a way that they are easily accessible to each other, and they can see the reactions of other students on their own arguments. Then teacher may introduce the topic first, and then for the purpose of discussion he gives some clues to the students. So this is what it makes enhancement in the presentation skill of the student, presentation preparation and research. So this will be the basic part of any discussion. So now we will see the merits and demerits of the student. So merits, that means what are the good characteristics of discussion method. So discussion method in classroom will lead the students to make their own research, and they can enhance, it can enhance the communication skill of the students. It gives the students good opportunity to participate fully in the lesson and contribute their ideas. Then by expressing their ideas about the concepts, they expose to some clarifications, they engage in communication argumentation, and they get more knowledge and confidence. Discussion method being an interactive process, it aids the teacher towards the better understanding of his students. So he is more contacted with his student. It can be used to promote inquiry mind and to provide good proactive for problem solving. Then socially, the student develop the spirit of accepting peer ideas and views. That is the most important. That other students also think in this way, and I must think about such a direction. That acceptability, or we can say positive behavior towards the ideas of other students, or you can say that hearing skill of the student will also be enhanced, and he will be able to think on the point that has been raised by the other students. Then hidden talent for the communication and leadership will be discovered by such discussion method. There is more participation of the students than a lecture, because in lecture the teacher will only give some knowledge based on the law, but in discussion method students will interact with each other, and they can have more role in the teaching and learning process. Teacher discusses the points that were missed during discussion, and it will also enhance the knowledge of the students, and student can get an idea how to make a structured discussion in given time. They will also find out the point of view of all, and not only those who to whom they always speak. So the whole class will be interactive and discussing on the particular topic. Then they can prepare their notes also, and they can also recall their own ideas, they can share the experiences of each other. They can also discuss on landmark decisions of the Supreme Court, and in this way they can find out whether the judgment was really as per the need of the hour, or it is still required to be amended, or yeah, are there any other options of a particular judgment, how much it has impact on the society. So these are different merits of the discussion method. Now for demerits, sometimes the discussion will go in a wrong direction, where the teacher is required to control the students, and many times the debate may convert into violence. So that will be avoided. But I'm sure that students at postgraduate level, they will never become violent, particularly in law. So discussion on legal provisions will never go in such a direction. Another thing, that if the subject matter or issue or problem given is of a lengthy nature, then the discussion will not be completed in the given time, and students will not come to any conclusion. So that will make some hardship to the students. Some students never participate because they are shy and they may not having particular knowledge, or they are not much serious to the study. At that time the teacher should give them advance idea of the discussion method, and should ask them to be ready with the preparation homework, so they will also become the part of discussion. Then slow learners may feel shyness, and they will not contribute. That will be a lacuna for this method, but it can be overcome on such points. So overall the discussion method is very good at postgraduate level, and the students of law, they can yield very beneficial policy after discussing on a particular topic. They can become policy maker while good preparation and good sharing of ideas and exchanging their own knowledge on a particular topic. So in this way the discussion method at postgraduate level in the legal education is very much beneficial for the students as well as teachers, and self learning will be very helpful for the students in a particular law. So આવી રીતે આપણે જોયું કે ચર્ચા કરીને પણ કોઈ ટૉપિકને આપણે શીખી શકાય છે. સ્ટુડન્ટ અને ટીચરનો સરખો સહભાગ લઈને કોઈ વિશિષ્ટ ટૉપિક પર ચર્ચા કરીને એનામાંથી સરસ એવો ડિસિઝન પણ આવી શકે છે. તો ડિસ્કશન મેથડ એ બહુ જ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ મેથડ છે લીગલ એજ્યુકેશનમાં. So students, now we have come to the second unit. Today I have also shared some MCQs and PPT also. So you can find out the answers of such MCQ. Please go through the PPTs very carefully, and you can also make some research on this topic by your own, so you can have better idea of the subject. So today we have completed the discussion method of teaching in the legal education. Student, I again remind you that please start writing your assignment, so your own notes will be ready for your internal examination preparation. At the same time, try to find out the answers of MCQs, and write your MCQs in your assignment book, so you will get it at one place whenever you are going to make the study of the subject. So we will meet at next lecture in the next week. So bye, and be safe and make your study. Okay.